Hello everyone and welcome back to ILR4. My name's Cliffy and I'm back this week. Last week I thought I wasn't going to have any internet and it turned out I did, but obviously when I got home it was a tad too late to say that I could commentate, so I let Leon do last week, and it was a really good race from what I saw of it. Dougie won from, who came second again? I'd literally just watched it, from Nick in second, and I believe Konzo was on the podium as well. I think, and again I can't remember, but the most important thing to know about last week's race was obviously Dartbolt lagging out mid-session. So I mean he's sort of been very unlucky again, but you know this isn't one of his stronger tracks, he's said. So hopefully he's been putting in a practice, but he said that a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember what track now, but it turned out he put a lot of practice in and was pretty quick. I think it was Silverstone. He said he was pretty bad at, and then turned out to be quickest on track by at least 3 tenths, and then managed to win the race quite comfortably as well. So yeah, so Dougie took the win last week, of course, in the German Grand Prix. And also Leon did a fantastic job commentating. So yeah, thank you to Leon for stepping in. Yeah, so let's focus on this week now, and we've got a few new reserves. So going on board with one of them now is Joe Corboy. A lot of guys will know from TMC, and he has changed his name to TMC_Corboy97. So it's good to see guys that I know coming into ILR racing as a reserve, and hopefully Joe can pick up a good result tonight on his debut. So good luck tonight, Joe, and of course Wesker from TMC as well, continuing here in ILR. I think last week he got 7th or 6th, so a good haul of points here for Wesker. Would be another good result for him, so he's going to be looking to continue that. So I think in terms of championship, I think at the moment Dougie's nearest challenger is I don't think he's here tonight. So Dougie's biggest challenger was Nick, and I believe Nick is not here tonight. So Dougie's nearest title rival is indeed Dartbolt for tonight. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this plays out tonight between Dougie and Dartbolt. We all know Dartbolt, he loves a good mounting, as I like to say, a good bottle as well. So you know, Italy being a track where you know turn 1 is very very hard on the brakes, I can imagine Dartbolt definitely mounting a few guys into turn 1 tonight. So yeah, I'm going to look out for that, trust me. So let's go on board with the current unluckiest driver on the grid. He's on an outlap at the moment, so we'll come back to him. Chill, I believe, is on a sort of warm-up lap, so we're not going to stay with him. Let's go on board with Konzo, who I like to call Mr. Consistent. Always is in or around the top 5 every race, if he doesn't indeed have an incident on the first lap. And we finally reached high 19s. It's Casper who gets us into the 19s with a 1:19.7. I'm going to get the tyres up. So we set that on a set of supers, and Kryptonite set his lap on a set of softs. So fair play to Kryptonite. It looks like he's on the pace tonight. As we go on board with Konzo now through the third sector, and he's actually backed out. So he must have got invalid or he's going again. I believe he is. So let's go back down to Dartbolt, who I believe is starting his lap. He's warming up them soft tyres to the best of his ability. They've got the McLaren behind him. It's either Ushin, and it is Ushin, so Ushin behind Dartbolt, who's going to get a healthy little tow here from the current unluckiest driver on the grid. So Dartbolt then starting his lap, coming down the long start finish straight, hard on the braking. I'm going to clip that curb on the inside. I'm going to clip it more than that though. Get on the power nice and early, try not to spin up the rears because you will lose a heap of time. And looks like Dartbolt's done that quite well. So of course Dartbolt, we all know, has the pace to win races, but he either lags out or he gets wing damage. So yeah, coming into the end of sector 2 now, you need to be more aggressive on the curbs here. I'm going to clip that curb on the inside. That's not how you do it. So maybe this is a track Dartbolt has not practiced, and again you want to sort of clip the curb at every given chance here, because you'll just carry you through with way more speed. So let's see how he takes to Scari. staying in 7th, revving it up so I can brake later. Again, clips the curb, not enough though. You want to clip that curb a little bit just like that and hop over that curb, and hopefully that's not invalid for him, because that was done quite superbly from Mr. Bottle himself. And he's coming down to complete his lap. Where will this put him? I'm going to guess and say 9th. So he comes to the line now and it puts him invalid. Let's see what he would have set. He would have set a 20.4, which would have put him 7th. So he would have beat Dougie as well, who done his lap on the softs. That's crucial, because you can see there Dougie doing 20.6, Darbot done 20.4, but Kryptonite so far no one can get near his soft time with 20.1. So yeah, I'm going to look at the chat now because I haven't got it up yet, so I do apologise. I normally have it up by now. I'm slacking. So Chill saying he has no idea why he went mediums. Well, you want to do a few warm-up laps, mate. That's what I normally do when I do a race, when I've done no practice. Do a few warm-up laps in quali. Nothing wrong with that. So Darbot, I believe, is going again. Or he's doing another sort of out lap and then going to go again. Or he's just going to pit. So let's find someone else who is on a lap. Dougie's on an out lap on the supers, I believe. Let's go on board with Campbell, who as of late I've been very impressed with this man's pace. I started seeing him just sort of nowhere, sort of in no man's land at the back of the field, and all of a sudden from Austria onwards this man's just been in another world of his own in terms of form. Definitely if he kept this form up at the start of the season, then you know we could be looking at a championship contender with Dougie and of course Dartbolt. And of course Nick, because Nick ain't here either, so yeah, so hopefully Campbell can continue his this form, because you know I said, I believe it was after Austria, you know, can he continue his form, and he said, well no, like this was just a one-off basically. And you know he's proven to me and everyone else that it wasn't a one-off, and he's really come to grips with this game and how these cars handle, and showing by his raw pace now. But this lap from him hasn't been the best. He's got no gravel through Lesmo 1, I believe, on the outside, so that's going to lose him a bit of time as it comes to Riscaro. Now let's go on board with him to see how he takes it compared to Starboy. You can see they're taking much more cover on the inside, a little bit more on the outside, and again doesn't want to get too far off the track, and he did there. So that could be a valid for Campbell as he comes down to Parabolica, I believe, or am I being stupid? But yeah, Campbell is coming to the line. Where's this going to put him? And it's pole with a 19.4. So Campbell, I said, you know, this man's got pace now, and he's showing that. Behind him, we've got the Force India Casper, just starting a lap. So let's look at Casper's lap and season as Dougie narrowly beats Campbell's time, and yeah, I think. So that first corner, you know, Casper's definitely got potential to be up there, but you know, I think in recent races he's just been involved in too many incidents. Some, you know, maybe weren't his fault, but I think it was Silverstone, him, and I think Kryptonite have just been way too aggressive to each other. And you know, when you're doing stuff like that, it can really hinder your race as a whole. And I think that's just how Casper's season's been so far, quite rough. And that's how he's treating this Force India at the moment, because he's absolutely throwing it about. And let's go back to Joe. So Joe's currently in 4th place, 19.9, only 6 tenths off pole. And he did his best lap on a set of supers. So Joe then is going to come into the pits, is he? Yes, he is. So let's who I don't normally go on board with. Let's go on board with Prix. So I haven't really been on board with Prix that much, or was he coming into the pits as well, judging by his ERS and fuel? So I think he's coming into the pits as well. What about Ushin? Of course, Ushin's still reserving in ILR, I believe. So let's hope Ushin can do a good lap. Is he pitting? Yeah, he's pitting as well. Lovely. Who is on a lap? Chill? Is he on the lap? Nope, I don't think he is. Hello Sway, welcome to the stream. So who is on a lap? Because Chill isn't. Konzo? He's about to finish one, I think. So let's see where Konzo goes. I'm going to guess 7th. And it's 10th, so I wasn't far off. So 20.4, again, a good lap on them softs. And he's the second highest soft runner so far this qualifying session. So he's going to be happy about that. And just inside the top 10, so we expect him to come out towards the end on a set of supers. Haven't really talked about strategy either. In terms of the strategy tonight, it's of course a one stop, but it's whether guys will go super soft to soft or super soft mediums. If you go super soft soft, you're going to be pitting a lap around lap 10, lap 11 on the supers, and if you want to go on to the mediums, you can pit lap 6 or lap 7. Doesn't really matter what lap you pit. If you want to go mediums, because they are consistent, but they're just slow compared to the softs. They just have no, they have no pace compared to them. I saw Haas there of I want Jaco, so that must have been Dartbolt, got very wide out of Iscari, so he's not sure we're going to pit again, or he might have got away with it because he looks like he's going for it, and he's setting the lap. So where does he go? What did he say in the ILR4 chat? He said, "Oh, this track isn't one of my best tracks. I'm bad at it." And I said to him, I expect you to at least be in the high 18s. Nah, Cliffy, I won't be. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at all, because this man's been doing this for a while. So it's like we've got a nice little Dougie for Dartbolt round 8 going on tonight. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my reaction. I hate this track. Goes pole by 3 attempts and sets a low at 19 dead. And he's gonna get out again to do another lap, which is this man. I never believe him. Excuse me. It's not good me yawning. Hello Edward, welcome to the stream. So Wesker's out on a set of softs, I believe. Let's go fitted. Yeah, so he's the only soft runner out there right now. And I believe Wesker is running manual gears for the first time. I got told this a couple of weeks ago and I didn't really believe it, but he is, and fair play to Wesker. Managed to get 6th last week, so hopefully this week he can continue that run of good results, but taking 2 bites of that is not gonna get you up the grid. If I was him, I'd start last right now. I wouldn't even bother, to be honest. But anyway, no one's me. No one likes starting from the back. So let's go on board with Kryptonite, who I believe is on a lap, and Casper's called it quits. So he must have got invalid on his last run. I don't know. So let's go on board with Kryptonite. Ooh, he takes out very, very curb on the outside very aggressively there. Looks like he's got away with it though. And he's going to have enough ERS to finish the lap. Just enough. So here he is then. Comes around the final corner. Is this going to be pole position for Kryptonite? No, it's not. So he won't be getting pole. What about Campbell? He's on a lap, so we'll stay with Campbell. He's got him through by 4 tenths if he wants pole. I don't see him doing it. The lock-up's into turn 1 on Sunday. I should be alright, Edward. J. Cole's called it quits as well. Dougie's on an out lap. Dartbolt's in the pits. Oh wait, Dartbolt won't be able to get out now. Oh, he's just come out. He ain't going to make it. Unless he cuts turn 1. Yeah, which he is. So he might make it out now, but I doubt it. Campbell's backed off hugely, so whether he's going to get another chance to do a lap or not, I don't know. Dougie, he is just starting his lap, so let's stay with the current championship leader, man on a mission this season, have to say. And he's taken turn 1 and turn 2 superbly there. Couldn't have done it better myself. So Dougie will need to find 3.5 tenths if he wants pole. If he just wants to beat Dartbolt's lap. So Dougie there again takes enough curb on entry and on exit. Doesn't take too much curb and doesn't spin at them rears either. Into Lesmo 1. again, quite clean. Now it doesn't really take much curb on the inside there, but again looking clean, which on this game the clean laps always look the quickest. So here comes Dougie then. Can't see whether he's up on his time. So let's see if he is. Well, that's nicely done from Dougie there. Doesn't want to get on the power too much in the middle of a scurry, or just chuck out your rear. And yeah, this lap has been superb so far from Dougie. If it doesn't get pole, I'll be very surprised. As it comes into Parabolica, clips the apex nicely, revs it out. And is this going to be pole position for Dougie? Yo, no. I was getting ready to say yes. Warlock's finishes lap, he's in 6th. Scott's in 10th. Chazar, he is excuse me, he is on the lap. Oh, but is that invalid? As you saw Joe's Red Bull there on the track, so he must have spun coming out of the scar and just lost it. So he ain't going to be able to improve his time, and he'll be starting 11th as it stands. But can Chazza change that? He's going to get a healthy toe from the other sail bar, and he goes 9th. So that pushes Joe down to 12th, and obviously everyone else in front of him below a place. And I believe that is qualifying done. We're just waiting for Wesker to retire, and then we can go through the grid and then get on into Dougie v Dartbolt for round number 8. Just waiting for the guys to ready up, and then I'll do a brief summary of qualifying. So it's Dartbolt who takes pole, with Dougie in 2nd, Campbell with another superb qualifying in 3rd place, Kryptonite in 4th, Konzo in 5th, Ushin in 6th, Casper 7th, Chill, who's just put in the chat, he'll take 8th, so fair play, well done Chill. Chazza in 9th, Warlock rounds out the top 10, and J. Cole in 11th, Joe on his debut in 12th, not bad from Joe, he'll be happy with that. Nigel 13th, Oevo 14th, Scott 15th, Prix 16th, and Wesker at the back of the field, the only guy to qualify on the soft tyres. So while these guys ready up and sort out their fuel and strategy for the race, I'm going to make myself a drink, and I'll be back in a second. So let's see what tyres the guys outside the top 10 have opted for. So let's just get all this changed and ready. So they've all opted for the softs, and Wesker opting for the mediums. I mean, it could come good for Wesker towards the end, who knows. But he'll be on a lot fresher super softs at the end compared to the guys who'll be trying to push them supers to the end of the race, who are outside the top 10. So course, start bolt getting pole. I'm surprised that Dougie didn't get a pole, to be honest. I've been on board with his lap. It looked very crisp and clean from Dougie, but you know, these things happen. But you know, I'm just surprised he didn't get it. So I think the dark horse here tonight might be Campbell again. You know, he's just behind Dougie in terms of qualifying pace, and if these three guys can sort of move away from the top, so I say from 4th to maybe 8th, then you know, we could be seeing ourselves with at least 3 to 4, even 5-way battle for the lead of this race. So let's get the chat back up, and then we can get the racing underway here for the Italian Grand Prix as Dougie lines up. Who we're waiting for now? The Force India Warlock to line up, and that is just a really good camera angle. Let's just watch lights out from this camera angle as we go to 4, 5 red lights. Who's going to get off the line? Dougie or Falcon? It's lights out, and I think Dougie might have just got the jump there. He has, and he's got a fantastic start. And Dartbolt already losing the lead, and we all know what happens when Dartbolt's behind the car. Wing damage inbound. Dartbolt right round the outside. Campbell's broke way late, and Dartbolt retakes the lead round the outside of Dougie, but Dougie's still there. Campbell is joined back all the way down. He's outside the top 10, and I think, wait, is it? It looked like he had a puncher, but anyway, I'm going to go back to Dougie and Dougie and Dartbolt, because Dougie is looking to get by, but Dartbolt breaks late. Of course, they're going to hinder him on the exit here as they come into Lesmo 1 now, and Dougie doing what Dartbolt should be doing and braking a little bit earlier than the car in front, because of course it's lap 1. But Kryptonite is up into 3rd. Ushin's up into 4th, so he's had a good start. From 6th place, and there's cars there in the background half spinning, but I am going to stick with Dougie because again he's right on the rear end of Dartbolt, so this is going to be a proper battle tonight between these two, unless one of them bins it or disconnects, which you know, both the guys have been known to have crescent wins net. But Kryptonite, Dougie's not going to like this. He's going to need to defend, and he does. Wow, just outbrakes him completely there. So now Dougie can surely focus on Dartbolt. Watch out for Kryptonite. He's going to get a double toe here down the start finish straight. Ushin's in the background giving a watching brief. If one of these guys mess up, then it's Ushin's to take. Dartbolt does defend the inside. Dougie will have to go around the outside, but again Dartbolt allowed to make that one move, and he does, and makes it work. Parks his car where he needs it to be parked, and of course Dougie doesn't really need to be bothered by Dartbolt. He's got more than enough of a gap in the championship to allow Dartbolt to just win this race, or maybe try and put him under pressure to try and get him a time penalty. But at the moment, it looks like Kryptonite is starting to lose a little bit of ground to these guys. So yeah, I think this is what Dougie needs. He needs to peel away from the pack behind and try and sort of just keep Dartbolt under pressure while trying to not get warnings yourself, because of course time pens at Italy are just lethal, especially coming into a Scari. You take too much like curve inside, it'll be a cheeky warning, and then you'll just get another one, and then the penalty, then you'll get stressed, and then you'll find yourself getting warnings at corners you shouldn't get warnings at, and then you'll be on 6 seconds, and you'll just think, hey, you know what, whatever, and then just start putting the car off the track at any given chance, really. But Dartbolt keeping Dougie at bay for now, but I don't really see that lasting on when DRS gets enabled. But for whatever reason, Dartbolt has the pace, and I'm not surprised, because he said this, I think, at Silverstone, and he was very quick. So yeah, this is a proper fight now. So I'm going to go down the field now. I'm going to leave these three to battle. Ushin, again, best of the rest at the moment. He's got Casper for company, and Chills had a good start. He's up into 6th, and Warlock is in 7th. Chazzo's had a good start in 8th. J. Cole in 9th. Nigel's now in the top 10. Evo in 11th, and Campbell, he's all the way down in 12th place now. So this man has had a terrible start. He's just got past Evo. I believe he just backed out of it because he's on the quicker tyre. Nigel's on the gravel, so is Campbell. And Joe's had a terrible start as well. He's right down the back of the field. And he's behind his friend Wesker, who's on the medium. So watch out for Joe trying to get past Wesker. Because we all know Wesker, he isn't one to just let anyone by. And Konzo, I believe, had to pit. And yeah, so I don't see Konzo getting a good result here tonight. And Dartbolt actually, amongst me talking about the guys behind, has almost built up that second gap. But Dougie is still there. He will have DRS still. So yeah, if Dougie can stay within DRS, then you know it's his basically race to lose at this point. So I believe DRS was enabled last lap, so yeah, as I said, Dougie don't really have to worry about Dartbolt, sorry. He's got a more than enough gap to lose himself 7 points to Dartbolt if you know things do finish like this. Oh, that would have been a warning for Dougie there for sure. Kaspar, Ushin actually lost the place to Kaspar, so whether Ushin is already doing tyre saving to make sure these supers last to the softer window, who knows, but I think to stay within DRS, he won't do stuff like that. And Dougie's built a bit of a gap now to Kryptonite, so all the top three sort of within 6 to 7 tenths of each other. And Kaspar 2.9 now behind, so again, as I said, these top three are just sort of pissing off essentially. Say it how it is. And Ushin now finds himself in a Force India sandwich, but he should be able to get back past, considering Kaspar won't have DRS, but Ushin will. So let's see how he's able to do that, but with his rear end just stepping up like that, I don't see him gaining much ground on Kaspar, who's, to be fair to him, has had a really good start here. So, yeah, just start of lap 5, so at the end of the lap I'll see who's made a good amount of places up, and Chill actually losing the place to a Warlock, but again he won't complain, he's after points, he's just after points this race, as Iweaver picks up the first penalty, fighting with Nigel and Kaspar and Ushin. They're going side by side into sector 1, Ushin's on the grass, Kaspar is still there, Ushin goes well wide and keeps the place. I don't know whether he'll have to give that back or not, because he was ahead anyway, but all this battling has allowed Warlock, Chill and Chazzel to potentially catch up. And look at Jacob, he's on them softs and he's catching up to these guys quite rapidly, as I believe it was Chill who ran on the gravel there on exit of Lesmo 2. And Duclis going to go on board with Warlock to see how it looks from his point of view. Ooh, almost slight contact between the two of Kaspar and Ushin, but they all managed to get away quite nicely, and Dartbolt's just got that second window that he needs. But Kaspar making a move on Ushin. I think Ushin was looking for that DRS, he's going to get it, so watch out for Ushin, because he could sail past Kaspar here and his teammate, to be honest with you, because all these guys are going to get a pretty healthy tow as they come down start finish straight. Look at this, they're all just going to move now from side to side. Ushin round the outside, Warlock getting past Capital's old Chill as well, looking to get involved. Go on, son. Little bit of wheel banging, nothing too serious, and Kaspar keeps the place for now. But these guys will have to watch out for desync as well, because it is in the game. And Chill, he does dive it down the inside. Oh, that's deep. But Kaspar manages to defend the place. And Chazza and J. Cole, I mean, things are getting pretty hairy between these two behind. I mean, J. Cole's on the softs as well, so oh, Chill's off the track! Oh my god, that could have almost ended in tears. And Campbell's now gets by, and now Chill, from being in 6th place, is now down into 10th in the space of a lap and a half. And now it's Warlock who's now best of the rest, essentially, as Ushin getting a terrible exit out of Ascari, and he's already lost half a second. And Campbell now back up into 8th, and I believe, oh gee, yeah, this battle for what is 7th is still going on. So it's Campbell now making his way back up the field after his terrible start. Chill now up into 9th, Nigel down to 10th, J. Cole is there as well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where to look or who to spectate, as Dougie and Kryptonite are battling as well, but this battle here looks way more intense. Oh, J. Cole faking to the inside, they're 3 wide up ahead. Evo looking to go up and over. Oh, there's slide contact with Chill, and Nigel gets through, J. Cole gets through as well. And yeah, just try to go 3 wide into turn 1. It doesn't work, speaking from experience. It does not work. And Wesker and Joe, I said watch out for these two, because these two are not going to just let each other by. And we're seeing that now. Was Joe, does he get by? Yes, he does. I think Wesker had to yield the place there, but Joe, he's lost the rear. Oh, he's managed to save it. Wow, that's good driving from Joe there. I thought he was in the wall and out of the race. So maybe Wesker, you know, wise to back out of that. As Dougie picks up the first penalty. So it's actually Kryptonite putting Dougie under a lot of pressure here. As Prix and Scott look to do battle. Of course, Scott hasn't got DRS yet, so Prix going to want to make this move stick ASAP. Losing a rear though is not a good way to do it. McLaren, I think, lost its wing. Oh, he has, left side. Couple of end plates missing for Evo. What about Ushin? Ushin has a full wing, I believe, and he's actually still keeping with Warlock, so that's a good spot from Lewis there. And Kryptonite is now up into 2nd place, and yeah, just going to go up to Dartbolt, because you know, this man said in the chat earlier that he hates this track, he has no pace, and yeah, certain people who are at the back of the field could slap him essentially. So yeah, Dartbolt being the biggest curveball I think I've ever seen. And this battle between the top, well, 8th down to 12th is sort of getting a bit intense. I believe Chill was forced off track and he got a penalty for it, so hopefully you can get that removed. And now it's J. Cole looking to make moves on the guys ahead who are all on a set of super soft tyres. So I mean, J. Cole's going to have to look behind though, because he has got Nigel and Evo for company. As we go back to Ushin, who's now 6/10 behind Warlock, and Dougie sort of dropping behind him. Now, has Dougie got wing damage? Because you don't expect this from Dougie. And Dougie decides to pit on lap 9, so is this going to be a set of mediums for Dougie, or is he going to go for the softs and try and take them? I know this one. 18 laps. He's gone for mediums. Now that is a big... Oh no, wait, he's gone for softs. No, it's mediums. That is a big call from Dougie. A very big call. Of course, what this will do now is it will trigger the guys ahead. So Kryptonite and even Dartbolt, they might even pick this lap. So I think Dougie there just weren't liking them softs, and he's now on a set of mediums. And maybe they might feel a little bit better for him. It actually comes out in a decent part. There's no traffic. Got his teammate behind him, quite a fair bit behind. He's only 3 seconds behind Joe, who of course had that spin earlier. But yeah, let's see if Kryptonite or Dartbolt decide to pit. The gap's staying at 2.1, so Kryptonite is lapping the same as Dartbolt, while Dartbolt could just be putting it on lean and none already and just bringing the car home. Excuse me. And Casper and Ushin, they're still having a good battle. Ushin finally back past Casper for what it's worth, but he's got a much better run. Ushin on the grass, that is not helping to keep Casper behind. And yeah, I think Casper wise there, wanted the DRS. This is Kryptonite and Dartbolt, they don't pit. So yeah, Scott and Prix going into battle as well. And I believe Prix wants that DRS, but behind him he's got Wesker for company. So on their medium tyres, Wesker now coming into play as Campbell dips into the pits for a set of the... They would like to go on, but I'm going to go back up. I'm going to try and use this this menu, so I feel like it's a lot better. So Casper getting back past Ushin. Wesker is now past Scott. So yeah, so I believe Scott's had a bit of a mare there, and Wesker's taking full advantage of it. So thank you very much, mate. I will take that and I will run with it. As Konzo and Campbell look like they do battle as well. I believe that was Campbell coming out of the pits, and it was. So Dougie's got a healthy gap to to Campbell. So it's just whether Dougie can get them sort of mediums up to temperature in time. As a dart ball already from 2.1 seconds to 3.1 in the space of a lap. So dart ball definitely has a pace advantage over everyone here. Without a shadow of a doubt, excuse me. As Scott. Oh, Ushin and Chazza. Ushin's round. Oh, it was going so well for him. And I don't know what happened, but he's been put round. So he's going to fall to the back of the field. I think he's going to be with Chill when he pits. Oh, he's all over the place. I think he's got a puncher as well. Yes, he has. A left rear puncher. So whether he's got that from hitting the wall or not, I don't know. But it is lap 11. So yeah, that's terrible from Ushin. I don't know what happened there, but hopefully we'll see a better angle of it as Prix now up into 6th place because the guys ahead pitting. Dartbolt's pitted for softs. Where's Dougie? Dougie, oh, he's lost out. He has lost out a heap of time to Dartbolt there. But I think the main thing Dougie will know is that obviously he's on them soft tyres, and can Dartbolt make them soft last? Kryptonite decided to stay out, and Dartbolt's actually joined in a bit of traffic because you've got the likes of Scott, Wesker and Prix up ahead. So if Kryptonite can stay out one more lap, then it could come in clutch for him and he could gain time on Dartbolt. But I mean, with that rear end stepping in like that, I believe he'll be pitting in this lap. He could still gain a heap of time from Dartbolt. As Casper now 11 seconds behind. Oh, Casper, he's round. Oh, almost. J. Cole almost collecting with Casper, and Casper's rear just decided to go just night and took him round, and Kryptonite decides to pit, and that's a good shout as a Dartbolt I believe is he's lost time to Scott there. So if he's lost time to Scott, then you know, how much time is he going to lose to Kryptonite, who's just coming out of the pits now. Let's go on board with Dartbolt. He's just coming past the start finish line. Kryptonite. Dartbolt gets in front, but not by much. And Dougie misses out again. So Dougie is on the back foot here. He's on the medium tyres. Casper decided to call it a day. Jesus Christ, in the middle of the road? Or was that in the pits? Jesus. Oh my God, Campbell! Oh no! I wasn't even looking. What happened? Oh, he's just clipped Chazza there. And Chazza gets a fight. Wait, what? Was that Ushin? I'm so confused. So Casper's decided to call it quits, as has Ushin. Campbell is going slow. Oh, there's a virtual safety car. I didn't even see that. I was wondering why I was going slow. So there's a virtual safety car here. And these guys ahead actually. Where's J. Cole? Oh, okay. I thought he'd be by the start finish line because he could come into the pits for a set of mediums. He might be able to do it. And no, it's going again. So we're going again. And Dartbolt is now 2.5 behind Scott. And Kryptonite is within DRS. So I don't know what's happened to Dartbolt. Has he got wing damage again? If he has, how do I check? End plates look fine. Yeah, all looks fine to me. As Evo comes into the pits for a set of mediums, surely. And Kryptonite, he is within DRS. So of course, if these guys battle, Dougie is only right there. And Joe, you know, to be fair to him, has just let Dougie by. So, you know, these three could once again be battling. I mean, I don't know what's happened here. You know, I think Dougie's the cause of all this. Starting the undercut. You know, forces guys into an early pit stop, and Dartbolt is off the road. He needs to calm down now because Kryptonite is right there, and it will take a couple of corners for the gravel to rub off them tyres. And you can just see how much time he's gained there. So he's now half a second behind Dartbolt. Let's quickly see how much ERS they've both got. So they've both got roughly the same. Kryptonite 5% more than Dartbolt, as Scott gets a penalty. And Ushin decides to leave after his puncher. So Kryptonite and Dougie both hunting down Dartbolt, who is just out of reach of DRS from Scott, so now he's starting to put the foot down. But I think it might be too late for that because Kryptonite is right there, and Dartbolt still hasn't got DRS off the back on the back of Scott. So let's see how much he gains under DRS with the slipstream as well. He's gaining by quite a lot. He's in 1 ERS though, so I don't know what he's doing. And Dartbolt has gained a lot of time on Scott. So you know, if these guys ahead all won the battle of Dartbolt, then they can. You know, just because they're not in the same strategy, that doesn't mean that they can't battle. As Scott defends the inside, so let's go on board with Kryptonite. And yeah, I believe Scott done the smart thing there, backed out of it, knew that Dartbolt isn't who he's battling as such. He's battling the guys who've just pitted to the likes of Evo, Chill and Konzo. Oh no, Konzo's actually pitted again, so Chill and Evo are sort of the guys I believe he's going to be battling. But now that's going to put Kryptonite, but Kryptonite might be let past here by his teammate, will he? No, he won't. So this is quite interesting here from the Mercedes boys. Oh, Scott losing the rear there. Surely now it's going to give him a good little slipstream here. Is he? Yes, he is. He's going to get a much better exit. So regardless, I think Kryptonite is going to get the move done here. As Prix and Wesker, and I really like Wesker pitting on lap 15. So is he going to go for a set of super soft or soft? I'm going to say soft, and yep, they are going to put a set of softs on Wesker. So watch out for Wesker. He's going to be the quickest guy on track. As Scott and Kryptonite go into battle there. I would have thought Scott would have let him by, but I guess he didn't, and now he's dropped out of DRS from Dartbolt, so that's going to hinder his race against Dartbolt here. Oh, I just read that comment from Old School there. That's nice. That's nice. So for those that can't see it, J. Cole's like a good boy band, leading for a while, but will fade on to obscurity eventually. Love him really. Come on, Prix, Kryptonite, and Campbell. Well, Campbell was up there. Old School. He was in third. I don't know what happened to his race start, but he went from third all the way down to outside the top 10, and obviously Ray's pit now. He's obviously at the back. So there are a lot of guys not pitted yet. Top 3 haven't pitted. And Kryptonite back within DRS. So this man is not giving up. Joe's in sector 2. Oh, Joe's out. Let's see where Joe... Oh, that is a big crash. He lost it on the curb. On Lesmo too. Just swung his car across track. And that is Joe out of the race on his debut here. As Kryptonite and Dartbolt now. 6/10 of gap now. So back within DRS now. But I think Kryptonite just might have used a little bit of DRS there to get back within to range of Dartbolt. Of course, this race, like many others, just a slipstream fest. If you can stay within slipstream, you're pretty much sorted for the rest of the race. And I think that's what Kryptonite is just going to do here. He's just going to stay behind Dartbolt, wait for him to make a mistake, and you know, hopefully we see that, because at the moment Dartbolt looks like he's got this race under control. Looks like he's not pushing at all. From a man who said he hates his track, he's doing bloody well at the moment. As a game invite, so I do apologise. So J. Cole, as Old School said, like a boy band, a good boy band for that matter. He's going to be leading, and then he's going to find himself not leading anymore. So when will he pit? Will he go one more lap, or will he pit this lap up and put on a set of supers? And he pits this lap. Well, what about Nigel? Does he pit? I think that Nigel's been a bit undercover this race, and he pits as well. Dartbolt will inherit the lead again from Kryptonite in second, as Dartbolt sets the fastest lap, 22.2 from him. That's an incredible lap time on them soft tyres from what I remember. And Kryptonite, I believe, is running OBS. So considering he's not locking up at all, that is superb to see from him. And Scott, he's done 16 laps on them softs, and that front left looks like Lewis Hamilton's soft tyre around Monaco. Absolutely shot. I mean, they look bad. If he doesn't pit this lap, then he's definitely going to get a puncture in the next few laps, because them tyres, they're just not gripping to the road properly. They just don't want to do what he wants them to do. As Joe writes, CBA. Tut tut. So yeah, just looking on board with Scott and them tyres, they just don't look comfortable to drive right now. So if he doesn't pit this lap, he's very, very stupid. He might be hoping for a late safety car, who knows. But Dougie on the mediums, he's dropped to 5 seconds behind Dartbolt. And of course, being on the mediums, I might come to him later on in the race, but I doubt it. So yeah, I believe at the moment the gap between everyone is spread out a little bit. So this is the point of commentary where, you know, I have to rely on the chat to keep me entertained, because I believe the closest battle on track is the battle for the lead between Kryptonite and Dartbolt. So let's look at the chat. So hello Squeeze, you're French, so I mean, hopefully you can understand English. Of course we've got Lewis in the chat, Old School in the chat, Caspar, who of course we lost him early on in the race. Onyx, didn't even know he was in the chat, so hello Onyx if you're still here. Yeah, Edward as well if you're still here. Sway, Chill's obviously racing, be a bit hard for him to type. And yeah, I mean, to everyone else watching as well, thank you for watching. I do appreciate everyone that does tune in to ILR4. I mean, there's 22 people watching now, so yeah, it's good to see. Is Nigel the fastest man? What, is Nigel the fastest man called Nigel at Sim Race? And I'm going to say yes. Okay, right, so yeah, let's pass the time a little bit. As Scott finally pits. 17 laps he's done on them softs, bloody hell. Let's see, right, I know how to do this, I remember. Position change. So Kryptonite's gained 2, Dougie has lost 1, Warlock and Jake are both gaining 6, so fair play to them, they've had a good race. Nigel's well gaining 7, and Nigel and Chazar, the 2 Sauber boys, going into battle, so we've got a battle, yes! Wesker gaining 9, so you know, Wesker again, he's proving that he has got the pace here in ILR4. Bree's gained 7, so again, Wesker and Bree both starting at the back. Evo and Scott gaining 4 places, and Konzo losing 7, but he's not even the worst out there. Campbell 11 places lost. I don't know what's going on to Campbell this race. You know, I said you know, I bigged him up in qualifying so much. Said, look, this man's got pace. You'll see it. And yeah, something must have happened at the start for him to lose that many places. And Kryptonite still within DRS to Dartbolt. So let's go back to the Sauber teammates, and I believe that was Nigel. I think Nigel just pieced out, to be fair. Lewis, I haven't done it in like a week, mate, so I am quite new, so I apologise. As Jacob sets fastest lap of the race. And Kryptonite. Oh, Dartbolt kicking up a bit of dust there. So is Dartbolt feeling the pressure? I think he is. Good look at this. 4 tenths now the gap. Of course, anyone who watched, I mean, I haven't really mentioned it yet. I know everyone knows, but you know, everyone knows last time there was an Italy race in ILR1. You know, a certain someone went from last to first. Just saying. So, you know, hopefully I'm going to try and qualify this time and see where I actually am at 1 lap pace. But yeah, the Zella's in sector 2 now. Who is that? It's not Wesker. Oh, it's Evo. So Evo's binned it. So he's binned it out of. He must have binned it out of the chicane just after sector 1 there, and he's just called it a day. Did he get wing damage though? I think he has got wing damage. I know he's not here, but I do want to see. I think he might have slight in-plate damage. and he's just called it a day. Oh, Dartbolt and Kryptonite, they're going into battle. Battle, yes, for the lead as well. And Kryptonite's, oh, they've both been using the ERS to be fair, so they're both trying to push on now. Lap 21 here, and Kryptonite, hats off to the guy. Yeah, Kryptonite is very, very quick. And yeah, he's right on the back of Dartbolt. So I mean, this is what we want to see. We want to see Dartbolt put under pressure. Will he be able to cope with it? Will we see another glorious bottle from the man himself? At the moment, Kryptonite being the much quicker guy here at the moment, at this stage of the race anyway. As Campbell, you don't want to see that. Don't know what happened there, but is Kryptonite going to go for it? No, he doesn't. He's playing with him. Not with exits like that, he ain't no. Jesus Christ, he's just lost 6/10. Jesus. Oh, that's a good shot. Come on. I want to see it through all the way through Parabolica down turn 1. Come on. Yes. Move the trees out of the way. There we go. That's what we all want to see. Good camera angles. And Kryptonite, he's going to be gaining. You're going to be We're going to see that. By the road, he's going to gain. There's a Williams there going slowly. I believe that might be Campbell's car. Yeah. And Dartbolt keeping that gap to 6/10. I believe Krypton had a little bit of a lock-up going into turn 1 and lost him a couple tenths. But he's still there, still within DRS, which is what you want to see. Of course, Dartbolt is using a lot of his, whereas Kryptonite isn't. And Kryptonite, ooh, we got on the gravel there. And now Dartbolt has that second gap again. So now Kryptonite has to try his absolute hardest to get that gap below a second to try and put Dartbolt under a bit of pressure again. And he's gaining because of the, oh no, he's not, never mind. Let's go back down to Chazza and Nigel then. Who, Nigel been on them supers, hasn't really got away from his teammate. Chazza saving ERS. 94%. Put it into overtake, mate. Come on. We want to see a battle. And he's still within DRS. We've just got below the second gap that he needs. Ooh. Don't know what that was. A bit weird. Sounded weird as well. And he's lost time because of it as well. And Wesker is within that 3-second bracket to Chazza. So I don't know who's got penalties here. I know Dougie has a penalty. And Warlock is 2.5, so Dougie could lose a heap of points here today to Dartbolt. But Dartbolt, Dougie will not be complaining. He's got just enough of a cushion to afford for this to happen. But what he doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to get too complacent like a certain someone, because you'll find yourself losing the title in the last race due to more race wins. But yeah, Chazza still can't get within DRS to Nigel, and Kryptonite now 1.2 the gap, so that little mistake from Kryptonite just might have cost him a shot at the race win here, because I don't know if Dartbolt has a penalty or not. I ain't got a clue. Peng trees, fuck's sake. Jesus, trees ruining it, mate. Cut them down. No, I'm joking. So lap 23 of this race. So this race is actually flown by. I mean, it is a very short lap, like 1 minute 22:23. So yeah, and Wesker using all of the track, all of it. And Warlock now 2 seconds, so he's gaining that rate of knots. So we could see a battle for third. Excuse me. So around this time now, that Dougie should start to gain on Warlock, being on their more durable mediums, but they just don't have the pace compared to the softs. Now that could be lack of practice for Dougie, or just his tyre wear on them supers were absolutely tragic, and he had no choice but to go mediums. But we ain't going to find out tonight, because I'm not doing podium interviews either, because I do have to shoot off as soon as this race is done, unfortunately. So yeah, next week I should be able to do podium interviews. So yeah, I'll be able to get everyone's thoughts on the championship thus far. as Chazza still, you know, tantalisingly close to DRS from his teammate. I believe he's got it now. Yes, he has. So come on, Chazza. Oh, what? He had like 90% last lap. Dougie and Warlock. Oh, there was slightly. Oh, wait, that was Dougie. Dougie's got gravel on his tyres. Now, has Dougie got wing damage? Oh, Scott's out. Oh. Another person claimed by the exit of Lesmo too. The curb on the outside, kicking up a whole lot of rear ends there. So all Chill needs is one more guy to retire, and he's got points. It could still happen for him. And J. Cole is right behind Dougie now, so I don't know what happened to Dougie. I think he's still got his wing. I believe he just lost it. And that allowed Warlock to sail on by. Now J. Cole is going to do the same. What track is next? Like I know. No, I can check. So we'll stay on board with J. Cole. And then I'll see. I'll see the track. The next track. Oh, I love it. Sorry, I just saw Casper's tweet, so that is classic. So let's see. Oh no, wrong one. Wrong account. Oh, J. Cole and Dougie side by side. Dougie has to yield to place because he's on the medium tyres, but Dougie will of course have DRS from J. Cole. So let's see if we can get that place back. So while they fight for that position, I'm going to quickly check the track again and not click on the wrong account. There we go. I'm going to need to scroll down a little bit here, ain't I? Jesus. Why can't I just... Oh, I've just got no website. That'll be easy. And Dougie can't get past. So Dougie's now in 5th place. I don't think he's going to lose 9 seconds to Nigel in the last lap or so. But more importantly, Kryptonite is back within DRS, so it's on. It's on, boys. It's on. Chaz is in range of his teammate as well, so we could see a battle for 6th place by the end of this race. But for the most part, Kryptonite is a man on a mission again. So that he knows. He just knows when to make the race interesting for me and everyone else watching. Don't. So I'll tell you what. Dartbolt's tyres did not look good. Looking at it from Kryptonite, it just looks all over the place. Yes, we've got the camera angle back. Let's go. So let's stay on board with this. As this is potentially a race-winning move here for Kryptonite. He's got the gap down to 3/10. So this is it. Last lap battle for the lead between Kryptonite and Dartbolt. Dartbolt goes defensive. So Kryptonite has to go a long way around, but of course he's running over. Ooh, a little bit of touch there from Dartbolt. That was naughty from him there. He didn't want to go behind Kryptonite because he might have got wing damage again. But that could be move done. But of course he'll get one more chance at it. Dartbolt he was in overtake there. So all we need is Dartbolt to bottle it, and he's got it. Oh, Kryptonite, don't be doing that. So while these guys battle it out, I'm going to try and check the next race. I believe it is Japan after, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Japan. So yeah, he's got a chance again. Go on, Kryptonite. Go on, lad. Round the outside into Ascari. Dartbolt's going to push him wide. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, this is it now. This is it. Kryptonite's got to run. He's got the DRS. No, there's no DRS. Don't listen to me. He's going to have to dive it. Dive it! Yes! He dives it down the inside. Oh, he's got him! He's got him to the line. Where's Dartbolt? Is he going to win? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, Kryptonite just gets it on the line. Wow. Fair play. GG. Kryptonite. My god, what an end to that race that was. Warlock gets third. J. Cole 5/10 off the podium. Dougie in 5th place, but he won't complain. Nigel in 6th. Chazar. Oh, is he going to get it? No, Chazar had none self-stop go, but still beat still beat his teammate. Wesker will get 8th. Prix will get 8th. Wesker will get 9th. Will he get 10th? Who knows? Because Konzo's coming to the line now. And no, not by much. And Konzo gets the final point, and Chill, after his earlier incident, just hasn't been able to regain the ground that he lost. What an end to that race. What an end. Kryptonite, what a man. What a man. Jesus Christ. And Chill, yeah, doing donuts. Go on, son, do a couple more, go on. And Chill does finish in 11th place. I still can't believe that ending. What an ending to that race. Yeah, I know what Kryptonite was doing. He was trying to until the exit of Ascari, and he done it, and yeah, he dove it down the inside. I was surprised Dartbolt didn't defend it, but Kryptonite dove it down the inside, kept it clean, managed to get by, and Kryptonite is your race winner with Dartbolt in 2nd and Warlock with an impressive podium, to be fair to him. Again, another guy sort of went under the radar this race. So yeah, so Kryptonite finishes in 1st place. What a win for him. What a win. Dartbolt will be disappointed with 2nd place, but he does gain points on Dougie and Nick, who of course isn't here tonight. Warlock in 3rd, J. Cole in 4th, Dougie in 5th, Chazar in 6th, Nigel 7th, Prix getting points in 8th, Wesker getting another point score in 9th, and Konzo runs down to top 10, and it is Chill just outside the top 10, who finished in 11th, and we lost Evo, Scott, Campbell, Joe, Ushin and Caspar from this race. So yeah, I mean, what a race to the line. I did not expect that. Did not expect that at all from Kryptonite. Superb win from him, and that's going to be it for the action tonight here in ILR4. Join us next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll be here next week, and yeah, well, I'll see you then. So just what a race. Driver of the day. Before I go, I'm going to say Kryptonite. I think it is very much deserved. So yeah, Kryptonite driver of the day, and I will see you guys next week, 8 PM for the Japanese Grand Prix. Thank you for everyone that watched and commented and liked, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.